A rescue boat with more than 600 African migrants on board has been told it can dock in Spain after being left in limbo when it was turned away by both Italy and Malta. The migrants on board were picked up in 6 different rescue operations off the coast of Libya. They include 7 pregnant women, 11 young children and 123 unaccompanied minors, according to a journalist on board. Italy's new interior minister refused to let the ship in, having promised in the country's recent general election to take a tougher stance against migration. Spain has said it will take the stranded ship in order to avoid a humanitarian disaster. More than 33,000 migrants have arrived in Europe by sea so far this year, according to the International Organization for Migration, with 785 deaths recorded. That's actually a decrease of 55% compared to the same period last year. The main nationality of arrivals has also changed in this period. Last year, the largest number of arrivals were of Nigerian or Guinean origin, whereas this year, most are Tunisian or Eritrean. We are told that the passengers currently on board the Aquarius rescue boat include migrants from Eritrea, Ghana, Nigeria and Sudan. James Reynolds reports from the Sicilian port of Catania.
The Aquarius sailed into the Mediterranean as normal on Saturday in order to save lives. Italian naval officials directed it towards migrants struggling to stay afloat off the coast of Libya.
I need more life jackets. Take them off, people, if you must. Let's go.
This was not an easy rescue.
Hold on. We need starboard side recovery right now.
But in the end, everyone was saved.
One by one, guys. One after another. You, in the rock. Go, in the rock. Let's go.
The Aquarius then headed north, expecting to dock at a port here in Sicily. But Italy's new government said no. It no longer wants to take in the people it helps to save. Nearby Malta also closed its ports. The rescue ship was suddenly stuck at sea with hundreds of vulnerable passengers on board.
We have over 100 children on board, and small babies as well, and multiple women, including seven pregnant women. The situation will become more and more difficult on board. Our capacity is normally 500 people. We're now at 629.
The sight of endless waves of migrants making it to Italy angered many in this country. The populists won power by promising to solve the problem. 10 days after taking office, they'd won a first victory.
The problem has been solved thanks to the generosity of the Spanish government. Clearly the EU can't go on this way. Today is a new beginning.
Spain's intervention may solve the crisis on the Aquarius, but what happens when the next set of people sets off towards Italy? James Reynolds, BBC News, Sicily.
The Aquarius rescue ship that we've seen there is run by the SOS Mediterranean, a humanitarian organization founded by European citizens to rescue people in the Mediterranean. Jana Kerniak is a spokesperson for that charity, and she joins us now. Thank you for talking to us. Can you tell us where the boat is now and what the situation is on board?
Yeah, sure. Hi, thanks for having me. Well, we're currently still stuck in between Italy and with 629 people on board. As mentioned, we still haven't received any instructions where to head next, where to disembark the 629 people, and therefore we're stuck.
So we have heard reports, though, that Spain will take these migrants. Are you on course heading for Spain?
No, we're still in between Malta and Italy. We haven't received any official information yet that we're supposed to go to Spain, and we're still waiting for instructions from the Italian authorities. Those were the ones that coordinated the rescue operations that we had and the transport operations, so they're also the ones supposed to give us further instructions where to head next.
So have you ever encountered a situation like this before, with a rescue boat having nowhere to dock?
Well, we have never experienced such a case before. We've been operating continuously without any break now in the central Mediterranean for 2.5 years. We've rescued more than 29,000 people, and we've never had to face such a situation before.
And what do you think you will do now, especially if you do not receive information about where you can dock for some time? We understand there's not much food on board, for instance. How will you manage that?
Yeah, I mean the situation is still that we're waiting for instructions from Italy. This is the normal procedure. They're coordinating all of our rescue operations for the last 2.5 years now, and we're still depending on their instructions where to head next. And as you mentioned, we still have some supplies, some food on board, but the situation is slightly turning critical at the moment.
All right, thank you very much for speaking to us, Jana, who is a spokesperson for the SOS Mediterranean.